I think. Am I in it? Yeah, we're in it.
So Craig, I put the least amount of effort into this video, as you can see.
Yeah, you should put a lot of effort into these videos with your nice cameras.
That's right. I thought I would try them. They're not the nicest cameras out there. They're pretty old. A Panasonic Lumix GH4 and a G81. With some good microphones, they do the job. That's why if you go and watch our other videos, you'll see they cut back and forward as we have a conversation.
Yes, with your fine editing.
But today, I just couldn't be asked.
No, I couldn't be bothered. Feeling lazy.
Couldn't give a shit. I was feeling lazy. Yeah. Couldn't iron shirts, couldn't do anything. So what we're doing is we're shooting on my phone. Can I have your phone for a sec?
Yeah.
That's how prepared we are. Can you open up the camera, the video camera?
Yeah.
The video camera mode. How old are we? Get that rolling.
There you go.
Is it rolling? Because I'd like to just quickly make a video. Oh no, oops. No, I better not do that.
No.
I'll turn the video this way so
okay.
It's so cool. Hey,
this means we have to do editing.
Yeah, just a little bit. I might feel not so lazy next time, but that's how it looks. That's what we're shooting on now. And that's it.
That's it.
That's Craig. That's what a cool shirt. Benjamin J. Quayle.
Benjamin J. Quayle, subscribe.
I can't see myself there. Here
you
drive the camera.
The little channel that couldn't. There you are. There it is.
Don't forget to buy one of those and support the channel. All right, good. So, have you set your timer?
No, I haven't.
That's your job today.
Your phone is busy now, isn't it?
That's right.
Isn't it?
It is, isn't it? That's your job today. Today we're going to talk about...
Timer. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Set 10 minutes, I think. Today we're going to talk about effort, putting effort into things. So, whether it's something big in life that you do, or just anything small, like ironing a t-shirt or whatever, if you put effort into it, or if you just like do it, or if you fold laundry, if you really put effort into folding laundry,
or you half-ass it,
or you just half-ass it, yeah. Or as you say, as you just said, half-assed it.
Half-ass it.
It sounds more elegant. It's half-assed. Half-assed the monkey's ass.
With a British accent, it also just sounds smarter.
Rather. So, sometimes I just can't be asked, really. And today, that's what we're doing. We're just talking about effort. I have a few stories about, like, my YouTube channel. And even before my YouTube channel, but video creation. Stories about effort that I put in.
Okay.
I don't know if you have anything you want to start off with.
No, I'm going to give you some space here. I do have thoughts about this, but I want to hear what you're saying. It might even, activate some other thoughts.
Okay, cool. So I've had a YouTube channel for, it must be almost 3 years now. I can't even say that for sure. I'm not even sure. I have to really go back and look when my first video was posted. But let's roughly say 3 years. And before that, I was making videos for some bands in Vienna, music videos. And I got really lucky to make this first video I made. It was a super easy to make. It was a one shot from start to finish, no cuts. So during filming, it was a lot of shooting, a lot of trying it over and over and over again until we got the one that was great. And that was it, basically. Line the audio up to the video, a bit of color correction or whatnot, and it was done, Every video after that I made for this one band, Euphonics, by the way, check them out. I'll put a little link up here. They're a cool band. You can watch some of my music videos. Every single video after that, I put more and more effort in, and they were way less successful. Every time I put more effort in, it was less successful. It was like, I measure success in a sort of a pretty...
Well, in YouTube, you just views, I imagine, right?
I just measure in views. That's not really the correct way to measure success. So you got a bug there.
Yeah.
Views is not the correct way to measure success because YouTube can just pile a bunch of views onto any crappy video. It doesn't mean it's a good video or a bad video. I should have looked at different analytics, really, to see which was more successful. But let's just go with that basic views. Every time I put more effort into something and wanted more people to see my work, less people saw my work. It's the same with my YouTube channel. Whenever I put a lot of effort into a video, less people see it. If I think this one I put a lot of work into and I'm proud of it, less people see it. If I post something where I just shot it quickly on my phone with bad audio or whatever and wasn't proud of it,
go viral.
I hope so. That then went kind of viral. So as far as viral videos on my channel go. So I don't know. Is effort overrated or is effort the wrong way to go? Am I putting effort in when I should not?
Wow. I mean, if I think about effort, there's so many different aspects to it. I think, I know there's that 80-20% rule, and, if you put, with maximizing gains, and I should have reviewed the review. I think at a certain point you have this kind of diminished returns when you put so much effort into it.
Yeah.
But
it is an investment.
Yeah, and the return on the investment in it, after a certain point isn't maybe it's not worth it.
Okay.
But for me, always I think the effort thing for me, there's a difference between for me effort and efforting. Right?
And what do you mean by that?
What I mean is, and I guess, coming from this kind of meditation mindset of, I always use this example of tightening, like gripping around one, where it's almost like, what's the motivation behind the effort as well, right? Yeah. How much is it? I need to show that I'm really good. I need to get, this is another example, expectations and aspirations. Right? So if you're holding on with expectations, right, there's a real tightening about that. And I think the effort can be kind of unpleasant because you feel this kind of weight of, I have to achieve something to do it. It's stressful. I always found that way in my experience. I mean, there might be really happy, successful people who do everything, like that. But I've done a lot of things with this kind of death grip. It has to be this. I have to be better at this. I have to, and I think like relaxing that, there is a fear that if I relax that, then I'll just become a couch potato.
Okay.
Right? And I won't get anything.
There's no middle ground.
There's no, and
it's black and white for you.
Black and white. And I realize that
one
now,
extreme to the other.
Yeah, and I realize that that's all bullshit, though. Right? I mean, if it depends on the place where you're coming from, because you could still do something, and without that death grip, kind of get into the flow of doing what you're doing. And there's a kind of, I'm going to use more Buddhist-y words or mindful words, like presence. To me, it's like not so much the effort, but the presence that you have when you're doing it. And sure, you got to be honest with yourself. I mean, you can become a couch potato and say, I won't do anything, it's not worthwhile. But to kind of get into that workflow when you're enjoying the process of doing it, I think makes a difference to me. So, and efforting is, like I said, like with meditation, this is a really big thing, because it's like, I mean, these are big goals, but you can say, I'm meditating because I need to become enlightened or something like that. Okay. I mean,
efforting is forcing yourself to
forcing the effort. Yeah, and it's that whole letting go of expectations. Any real experienced meditator, or let's say someone who's had real experience of awakening, will tell you you're never going to get any awakening until you can let go of trying to obtain awakening, right? And I think, I don't, like I said, I'm not going to say how much work you need to put into your videos or anything like that, but there's that middle ground place, I think, where you're enjoying the workflow, you're putting passion into it, but not with, I have to achieve something. Right. I don't know. How does that all sound to you?
I mean, on a funny note, it sort of sounds a bit like, put some effort in, but not too much. Yeah, because then the investment won't pay off. There's a mix of like the expectation there as well. I mean, because I'm not trying to justify don't have any goals. It's not that. I mean, you can have goals for your life. It's just again, funny note, not too high.
Not too high.
Don't aim for the stars.
No.
The clouds are good.
Because I think you can have expectations and have goals, but not hold on to those goals too tightly, because anything could friggin' happen, right? Like you said, Google algorithms could, screw up your masterpiece, right? You can, and no one will watch it. You could put a lot of effort into it. Just something can happen. There are so many things that are out of our control. So the final result, if you're holding on to that real tight, I just think makes the process less enjoyable. So you can keep all those same goals, but without I always use that word, the death grip of holding on to them, and still, be passionate about it. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I guess I'm talking middle ground, I guess is a good place for it.
So moving away from videos, I would say, and touching on something we spoke about earlier, in my experience, just with general life, it seemed to be the cool thing to do to not put much effort in.
Okay.
Like, that was sort of like, you take it easy and you're like, I don't care so much about all of this. And that was the cool thing to be.
Yeah.
We're not talking cool anymore. We did that already.
Yeah, exactly.
We've accomplished coolness.
We retired from coolness.
We did that and we moved on. So now we're talking about something else.
With the embodiment of cool.
We are. But no, that was like the cool thing.
The way to show the young kids you're cool. Just, reference with Arthur Fonzarelli.
Everybody knows him. So not putting effort in was cool. And now I don't think that is the case. As you get older, you go, no, you should put effort in. Putting effort in is cool. Because if you're going to do something, you should do it right. Okay?
Right, though. That's a moving target.
If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right.
Kind of a moving target, right? I mean, who's to...
Yeah.
I guess. Look,
what I said is right.
No, I mean, I might be talking this talk. Okay, fair. But we're talking this talk of having a middle ground and everything like that. And I am someone who has when I decide to do something, what it just reminds me. Consistent. I'm consistent when I do things. Like my studying languages, right?
Your food.
With my food, yeah, maintaining a healthy diet, right?
Yeah.
It just so for me, consistency. Comes really easily.
Okay.
But you can even do that with, what about if there's a day you can't be consistent? It's that whole death grip thing.
Can you let go of that for one day?
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I believe in actually working towards something and having things you want to achieve, but without that sense of...
That's right.
I once heard a guy, he's a great meditation teacher, and he was talking about, I might have mentioned this in one of our videos because it stuck with me.
Okay.
He was talking about, there's so many things you can get attached to, and even good things that are healthy for you. Let's say exercising. He said, you can be, very healthy and exercise, but what happens when you go to the gym and you forgot the gym was closed that day, right? And then you realize you can't work out. What's the internal weather? Exactly. What's the internal weather? And I think that's it, because in the end, man, there's our timer. In the end.
Intense.
Yeah.
So finish.
No, I mean, in the end, right? We put all these pressures. We have to have this. We have this. I mean, in the end, we all have the same finish line in this whole adventure, in this roller coaster of life. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, I believe doing things with a passion and being present and invested in what you're doing is absolutely a positive trait without the death grip.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I haven't done this yet, but I'm pretty sure most people on their deathbed don't say, I should have worked harder to do this, I should have achieved more, I should have made more money. It's okay to make a lot of money, and but I mean, I'm pretty sure on the deathbed people don't those if they regret things dollars. If they regret things, I don't think those are the things they regret.
Right. Not the few extra dollars. It's true.
Yeah.
So I would say, on a similar note, you put effort into your life, and you'll live a more comfortable, enjoyable life up until that end that we all reach. We all reach that same end. And you won't be sitting there saying, okay, I didn't get enough. I needed more money. I mean, maybe if you left your kids with zero, you'd be like, I should have had some to leave them some.
Yeah, okay, of course.
But anyway.
But I would put it back to, I'm going to put my last 2 cents here. Doing what you're doing with presence.
Yeah.
I think that can make a big difference, because then you're in the flow. You're in the flow of your work, but without thinking in the future, I have to achieve this, I have to achieve this. You're doing what you're doing, but you're there for it, and you're living it with presence. I
like what you say about the death grip too. It's like finding the balance, because you want to put effort in, but you don't want it to control you and eat you up inside when you're unable to.
Yeah.
You need to live that smooth balance where you can flow, but with effort.
Exactly.
And no resistance, really. You're putting inner resistance on that effort that you're putting. So it's coming from
word.
within.
Yeah.
So, if you guys watch our old videos, go do that. Check out our old videos. You'll see all the trees behind us. I usually CGI in. We usually just sit here. I CGI them in. But today I'm not going to do that.
This kind of a lot higher budget than.
That's what I do. It's usually green screen CGI.
The team of art directors.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to do that today. I just want you to see the raw background. But do it. Go back and see the other videos with the different angles.
CGI work.
Watch them all. Leave a comment on the old videos.
If you look carefully, you can tell they're CGI, though.
You can. And thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining me again, Craig.
Boom.
In the office.
All right, in the office.
See you in the next one.
Bye, guys.